crazy out here, y'all. Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you. Look to find your way, babe. Yeah, take a look around you. Look to find your way, babe. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do. I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe.
He's heating up!
Find your way, babe. Hey, you the one that say that. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice payday. You don't wanna say that. You don't want this payback. I keep my composure, this my kingdom, nigga, stay back. We had a couple of moments. You had a choice, nigga, own it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga, I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth and we die with it. I see it like it's an optical. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music of means to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think what you had. Stop looking at trends. You wearing your eyes like it's topical. Clearly now, the pain is gone. The fame is on. And they play my songs. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk. And move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do. I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. New era, I got y'all. Real game, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines when you find out. End game getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Yeah, talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change your way. Got things to do. I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
There's nothing wrong with my body. Fat is not a dirty word. If my body tells me something, I will make sure it is heard. If my body is a vessel, I will give it what it needs. I will not betray my body, no matter what they think.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 25 Hundo and Ochenta y Ocho of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2 Flexing and all you beach.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam, welcome to the show. Everyone likes that new intro. We got people in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Sean is like, that was fucking hilarious. LHW, the intro always gets me. Matthew, LMFAO. That means laughing my fucking ass off. Brand new intros. If you're just listening to the show, you miss out on all the intros that we do before every live stream. But you can watch on Rumble. You can watch on YouTube. You can also watch on Spotify after they're uploaded. So make sure you subscribe and share the show. So take a moment right now and hit the thumbs up button and share the stream. Share the fucking stream.
Yow.
We're live, baby.
Yow.
And hopefully everyone went to the fucking gym today. If not, you better go or I'm going to find you. I'm going to find you. And if you did, drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing today before we get into some awesome Swole fan posts and stuff like that? Make sure that you are checking out the specials going on over there at papaswolio.com. Now, if you're a member of the Swole fam, you get your discounts, you got your special code. But if you want to pick up some of this amazing 4th of July merch, it's Swole season, it's Swole America season. 4th of July is coming up. Make sure you use code USA at checkout over there at papaswolio.com to save 20% off 4th of July merch. Go and check it out. There's a big banner. It explains everything. Use code USA at checkout to save 20% off 4th of July merch. Also, we have an amazing new P3S7 signature series coming up, baby. It's coming up. It's coming up 6/19. 6/19/23. P3S7 is dropping on the day of episode 2600 for 24 hours only. It will be available only 24 hours over at swolenormousx.com/signature. Okay, swolenormousx.com/signature. So that's the page, 24 hours only. We'll be talking about it for the next 2 weeks. So we will let you know when it's available, when it's live. There'll be links and all that stuff. But P3S7 is dropping, limited number available. Jump in, get it while it's hot, 24 hours only on June 19th. So that's the day of episode 2600. Today is 2588. So you got 12 more days. Okay. So that being said, we also have an overtime segment on Friday. So day after tomorrow, we have a private stream right after our live public stream for members. You can catch it later inside Swole TV, but we got a brand new Drive Mulgaining coming. It's going to be fucking awesome. And I think those are the announcements for today. We got overtime on Friday. We got a signature series coming up. And yeah, that being said, let's bust the nut open. Drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing? Thanks for being here, everyone. And let's fucking go. Let's summon the Falcon and get today's party started. Oh, it's a throwback. It's a throwback, but my thyroid. But my thyroid. All right. So this was actually the P3S 6 design. And like we always talk about, the Signature Series is 24-hour purchase only. It's only available for 24 hours. It's a one-time release. So last time we did a But My Thyroid. We haven't done a But My Thyroid card in a while. So hashtag But My Thyroid for a chance to win today's Swole card. We missed it. We missed some thyroid action. All right, now, fam, let's say hi to the Tainty Man. We got the Tainty Boy, and we got the Church, both here. Very excellent. Yeah, both of them have the sleepies. And let's get into the tip today. Here we go, fam. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, respect. Let's get into the first post. We got one from Maria.
What's in the box?
Maria from our discussion boards on Slonormous X in the What's Up Beaches section. Hello, everyone. I've been freeloading off the podcast since April. My birthday was last week, and joining the fam was my gift to me. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So glad to be here. Welcome to the fam. That's fucking awesome. Some gorillas. Everyone say welcome, Maria. I like to say it like Arnold. Maria. Welcome here, Maria. You're welcome to the Swole fam. Yow. Who told you to eat my cookies? Who told you to eat my cookies? All right, freeloading off the podcast. I like it. No worries. You're welcome to listen to the podcast. Anyone listening, we would love for you to join us. You don't have to join us. I'm not holding a bicep to your head, but we would love to have you. If you're ready for us, I always say this, if you're ready for us, we're ready for you. We're here. Swole fam's crushing it every day. We're not slowing down. We're pushing forward. We're going to be getting after it 7 pillars every fucking day. It's really up to you. Are you ready? So we're always ready. The Swole fam's always ready. We're being consistent. We're here. We're crushing. Are you ready? If not, if you're not ready,
Go fuck yourself.
come on, go fuck yourself. Now join us. Thanks for being here, Maria. We appreciate you being here. All right, Joe. Joe says, Nick. Well, look at this. Who's this guy? This is from yesterday, 2587. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's read this post. This is like Inception here. This is blowing my fucking mind.
Wow.
Joe says, Nick. So, okay. Let me just read this, because if you're listening, there's a picture on the screen. It's a screenshot of yesterday's show. And the question on it was during the Knowledge Cock portion. So I was answering Nick's question, and Nick's question yesterday was, Papa Swolio, can doing the proper things fix thyroid issues? Ironically, today's card is But My Thyroid. A doctor has said it can't, but curious about what you think. So I think it could dramatically improve. It depends on the situation. We talked about how long the damage was, what the actual issue was, but we all know that if you improve your lifestyle habits, it can improve symptoms and issues in many, many ways, maybe even radical ways. So don't wait to start taking better care of your health, right? The sooner the better. So Joe took this post, and Joe's, I guess, talking to Nick. So Joe says, Nick, I am currently going through the same issues and have tried fixing my thyroid through nutrition, distilled and alkaline water, exercise, and supplements. So far, my hypothyroidism hasn't been fixed by anything so far. I just got blood work today to see where I'm at with everything. My nutrition, sleep, and exercise is on point. 5'7", 165 pounds, eating mainly meat, beef, organs, eggs, and rice. I developed hypothyroidism after having mono. There's studies based on post-viral syndromes, and thyroid damage is one of them. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it's probably something you can only mitigate with medication. I haven't given up yet and will keep you in the loop should I figure out anything else. So I appreciate the response. And again, this is an individual response and an individual experience from Joe. So it doesn't mean that it's necessarily permanent. It doesn't mean that Nick's situation isn't slightly different depending on what it is, because I guess Joe's situation from having mono, maybe that's something specific or unique. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the thyroid. All I do know is that humans are constantly subjecting themselves to autoimmune issues and damaging their own body. So in other words, the reason why you want to take care of your health, the reason why you want to eat properly and have good habits is because you have enough in this world going against you that's going to try to take you out. Life is trying to take you out. We're all slowly dying anyway, but we have viruses everywhere. You have a lot of toxins. You have a lot of things that are already pushing you down this path. you have genetics. Some people are more predisposed, not guaranteed, but predisposed epigenetically to fire on certain gene sequences that can lead to issues. Just because you have something in your heritage doesn't mean you're guaranteed to have it. But if you eat like shit, if everyone in your family has diabetes and you eat like shit, guess what you're going to fucking have? You're probably going to have diabetes. But if you take care of yourself, you might be able to avoid or mitigate it. So bottom line, Joe's doing great, doing the best that he can. So it's just don't give your genetics and don't give the environment, don't give nature more opportunity. Control what you can control, and don't give life any additional chances to fuck your world up, right? It just makes sense. So thanks for sharing. And yeah, thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. And great feedback. Great feedback. This is the beautiful thing about the Swole fam. There's so many people that have similar experiences, but don't get your hopes down. Don't get bummed out there, Nick, when it comes to that. So it doesn't mean that you have the same situation. It doesn't mean your situation is as severe as Nick's or Joe's. It doesn't mean that you can't make improvements where Joe was unable because of how this came about. It's hard to say. Sean Guns, key is to not get overweight in the first place, develop diseases, and my thyroid. Yeah, you want to take care of these things. Again, a lot of times people don't want to put in the work when they don't have problems. No one wants to exercise and eat properly and have good habits and X, Y, and Z when everything's fine. Then all of a sudden shit goes sideways. Oh my God, I got to take care of myself. Well, that's not the time that you want to do it. You want to take care of yourself so you avoid those issues to begin with. Elizabeth says, I developed, anyone else that has thyroid or had any experiences, good time to drop in the chat. Elizabeth says, I developed hypothyroid after pregnancy, had been crushing it in the gym and eating what I felt was healthy at the time, 19 years ago, but still using all the typical beauty products. Elizabeth says, I've improved immensely on mostly carnivore. So in other words, there are a lot of other issues. You can absolutely have thyroid issues from all the things that you use in your house and topical. It makes a huge difference. Okay, let's get into some more sweet action. Make email swoleagain.com if you want to get my knowledge cock in your inbox. Let me stretch out your inbox. Let me stretch it out. Sign up today. Make email swoleagain.com. And we send out emails pretty much almost every day, several times a week. So make sure you go and sign up if you're not on it yet. Links also in the description below. Let me zoom into this. And let's see. We have it all on the screen. All right. This is in response to, are you wasting time in the gym? From Jeremy. And Jeremy writes, this is probably the best advice I could give anyone trying to better themselves in the gym and trying to lose weight. I remember just going to the gym and believing I would see results by just going in and doing it. Sure, going from zero exercise to exercise every day gave me results, but they would quickly plateau and I'd get dejected and fall back into old habits. Having a plan, working, and keeping to that plan is what yields results, and gyms are just happy to get you to walk in the doors and let you spend money every month without getting anywhere. Wish I would have known what I know now, but I'm happy that there are people like you genuinely interested in giving people the tools to better themselves. Keep on, Papa Swolio. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you. So do we have, where's my, I had that. There we go.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Thank you, Isaiah. He says that Hansel is so hot right now. I had to find that soundboard. I couldn't find it for a second. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it. And it's some of the best advice. I always tell people to go to the fucking gym. I don't mean that you have to lift intensely every day, but again, just having a gym membership doesn't mean you're going to get results. A lot of people feel entitled in so many aspects of life nowadays, right? Everyone's, especially newer generations, are very entitled. People want to just have like universal basic income. They just want handouts. They want everything. Just print more money, give me money, make it easier for me, 8th place trophy. People feel entitled. Use my pronouns. Everyone's narcissistic and entitled. So people don't want to work. They just want to have things. They don't realize that the good things in life come from hard work, discipline, effort, and creation. So when you're living on the backs of more effective and stronger emotionally and physically generations, it's easy to get caught in that entitlement trap. But you're not entitled to results when it comes to the gym. You're not. You have a gym membership? Cool. You swiped your credit card or a debit card. It's not hard to get a gym membership. It's not hard. I'm not saying everyone has a lot of money, but 20, 30 bucks a month in this country, it's not a lot. Okay. It's not hard. You don't need a gym. You don't need a membership to take care of your health. But bottom line, having weights in your basement or outside and having a gym membership doesn't guarantee you anything. It doesn't guarantee you anything. So just because you have a gym membership, you want a pat on your back, you still have to use it. You have to do the right things in the gym. So in other words, that's a great start. You went to the gym. Cool. You have a gym membership. Now you went to the gym. Whoa, fantastic. In other words, don't waste your time. If you're going to have a gym membership, you're spending the money, you're going to go to a gym, fucking do it right. Invest in yourself. Put the effort in. Focus. Try new things. Push yourself. Make sure you're getting the most out of it. Don't just go through the motions. Okay. Let's see. Anne says, saw a video about all the bodybuilders dying at early ages in the last couple of years. Well, there are a lot of people dying in early ages the last couple of years.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
There are a lot of people just dying. For what reason? No one knows. It's a mystery. People are just dropping dead now. That's a thing. Makes sense, right? So a lot of people are dropping dead, but yeah, people are taking a lot of juice. People are taking a lot of juice. There's a lot of older bodybuilders or classic bodybuilders from like the 60s, 70s, like Arnold and these guys. They took steroids, but they didn't take all the shit that people do now. People like these professionals, they're on 20, 30 different compounds, growth hormone. Like they have a lot of issues. So I'm not saying you should take anything or not take anything. If you want to do TRT, that's something completely different. But there are a lot of, and plus people are starting this stuff a lot younger too. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, the more that people take, the more people have to take to compete. So maybe you're able to compete if you train super hard and you're a responder to anabolics and you're training in the 60s, 70s, maybe you could make it to a top bodybuilding competition. But now you would never be able to make it on stage because if you even want to compete with these guys, you have to take everything that they're taking for the most part. Sandra says, Alan's lucky for paying $10 a month. It's over $70 for a gym membership. You know what I mean? There's some memberships like Equinox. You're going to pay like $100, whatever, $200 a month or whatever it is. Alan says Arnold had like 4 heart attacks. Yeah, look, you know, whatever. You get the point. People are taking a lot more shit now than they were because there's a lot more stuff available. So, whatever. Let's see. All right. So, the mysteries of people just dropping dead. Okay, let's get into some questions. If you have a live question, make sure you drop in the comments, #AskPapaSwolio. If you want to call in, leave a message, go to askpapaswolio.com and call in. We will get into some live questions when they start popping up. We'll take the first one from Instagram from Manuiglesias. Papa Swolio, how do I fix my sleep schedule? I'm going to the gym, but I can't if I wake up late. Well, a good morning starts with a good night. So you need to work on your evening routine. Don't eat too late at night. Cut off blue light. Get off your phone an hour or two before bed. Get some red lighting. Don't be looking at blue lights and bright fluorescent lights. Turn off the lights. Read before bed. You could sauna, take a nice warm shower, do some yoga, meditation. There are a lot of different ways to shut down your evening, but I would make sure what's very important is the lighting. So you can get some red lights, turn off the blue lights. You can change your phone so it's completely red later in the evening when the sun goes down. Very, very simple. Very, very simple hacks that will change your life and allow you to shut down. If you're still looking at blue light, watching TV on your phone, bright lights in your house, your brain is confused and still thinks it's daytime. And this is why people get a lot of cravings. There's a bunch of reasons, but people have a lot of cravings at night for sugar because your body's tired. It should be going to sleep, but you're awake. So it says, oh, we need more energy. So it's going to start saying, hey, eat some sugar. We need a boost. We need a boost. So then you'll get cravings at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. You shouldn't be eating. You should be fucking sleeping already. So you're going to have issues with cravings. because you're tired and because you're probably dehydrated too. So the combination of those things or lack of nutrition is going to lead to a lot of late night craving. So go to fucking sleep. All right. Let's see. Who this guy? I have a hip replacement on my left side, Papa Solio, so leg day kind of sucks. Any tips on what exercises I should avoid and what I should be doing to improve my impingement? I guess depends on what movements. You should be doing corrective exercise, therapy to improve that, yoga, anything. Avoid weight training and exercises that cause issues. So I don't know what bothers you. I don't know what exactly is the issue. I know you said hip impingement. That's vague, but I would make sure you're doing any of the corrective exercises. Google the fuck out of it. Do yoga, do corrective exercises, and avoid aggravating it. If you want to follow up with that, you're welcome to. Grizzly, Papa Soy, what's good for a pulled muscle? I'm using a heat pad to treat a pulled tricep at the moment. Rest, recovery, cold is good too. Cold for like the localized inflammation, and time. Allowing the inflammation to go down and then slowly mobilizing it. I mean, what's good about a strained muscle is that the soft tissue can heal pretty quickly. But when the inflammation goes down, you can get to foam rolling, maybe some yoga, some light corrective exercise and mobility work. I never recommend things like ibuprofen or anything like that. You don't want to numb these things. You don't want to fuck up your gut by taking this shit, but you also want to know. You want to know what's going on with your body. Pain or issues or tightness or discomfort, that's your body giving you some feedback. So if you don't have those proper signals, you can easily injure those things again. All right, hashtag butt my thyroid for a chance to win today's Swole card. Question from Isaiah. Papa Soul, I know competition doesn't interest you, but if for some reason it did, would you go into bodybuilding or powerlifting? I mean, I'm so not interested in either. Like, powerlifting, I just don't care about either. I know these don't interest you, but if they did, would you go? I mean, I would go into whatever interested me, but I'm not. So it doesn't even factor in. Like powerlifting, I don't care how much I can possibly lift. I like increasing my strength, but I don't care about that in terms of a competition. I would say, you know what I would say? I would say probably, I guess I'd probably do powerlifting or strongman because it's actually objective. I'm not a fan of bodybuilding where it's people's subjective opinions. Well, this person looks better. Powerlifting, either you lifted the weight or you didn't. Strongman, like you lifted the weight or you did it in a certain time period or a certain distance or whatever the competition is. You have an objective winner. It's like, oh, you lifted 10 pounds and this person lifted 5. You're the winner. Oh, you did 18 and this person did 16. So I think I'm more quantitative. I'm not into the subjective. I just care so little about people's opinions. The last thing I want to be is like, go up on stage and be judged. This person's better. It's like, fuck you. That would not work well for me. I don't like subjective competition. Okay, let's see. So I guess I did have an answer for that. Jay Baker 0. Hey, Pop, I stay sore for like 3 days after working out. Anything I can do for soreness? Proper sleep, nutrition, foam rolling, massage, cold plunging, sauna, things like that. Soreness is just a physiological response to, stress that your body is letting you know that these muscles and tendons and things need recovery. Also, it could mean that your programming is not accurate or not good. You might not be getting yourself enough recovery. You might not be repairing enough before the subsequent workout. You might be doing too much volume. So soreness is not a good indicator of whether or not you create the stimulus required to repair properly and build strength and muscle. You can get sore. We talked about this yesterday, the day before. You can get sore by walking for 10 miles. Are you going to get jacked by walking 10 miles? No, but if you never walk anywhere and then you walk 10 miles, your Achilles tendon is going to be sore. Maybe your back is sore. Your feet are sore and blistered. Soreness doesn't mean that you did something to build muscle. Soreness can just be a new stress, but it could just be overuse for smaller muscles. Doesn't mean that you're going to get bigger. So when you're lifting heavy weights, being sore the next day is usually going to occur. Being sore for a couple days or maybe even 4 or 5 days. It depends on how much volume, but you can get sore and really sore for 5 or 6 days have done a lot of junk volume and not be recovering in time to repair and build muscle properly for the next session. So in other words, you want to create the stimulus, but you also don't want to do so much. You don't want to be chasing soreness. If you're chasing soreness, you're just going to be causing a lot of damage unnecessarily, and you're going to negatively affect your recovery periods. So training for soreness is not a good idea. And a lot of people do that. If they don't feel sore, then, oh, I need to do more next time. You're just doing junk volume. You can get sore doing anything. You can get sore like stocking shelves. You're lifting and packing and packing. All the next day, you're like, oh my God, I'm sore. Are you going to get jacked from that? No. So it's not about, don't train for soreness. You are likely going to be sore, but in other words, it's okay to be sore. But if that's a product of doing what was required and not much more than that, or no more than required, you want to create the stimulus that your body needs to repair from. So you want to create the stimulus as efficiently as possible and then get out of training so you can start recovering. If you create extra stimulus, you're just creating a lot of wear and tear, and you're going to negatively affect your ability to recover for the next workout. Hold on a second. All right, let's see. Ariel Charmchi? Ariel Charmchi. It's a Chamchi. Hi, Papa. Does whey protein help with weight loss? Nope. Calorie deficit, not eating inflammatory foods, lifting weights, proper sleep, that will help with fat loss. You don't want to lose weight. You want to lose fat. You don't want to lose muscle mass. So whey protein is irrelevant when it comes to fat loss or weight loss in itself, in that context. Question from Amanda. My God, how many colors do you have in your hair, Amanda? I had an entire watermelon yesterday, by the way. And I have another one icing off in the fridge. So let's fucking go.
Yow.
So Amanda says, Papa Swole, you had a lot to say about junk volume and burnouts yesterday, but I'm following one of your programs that has burnouts in it. So it's okay sometimes. Every program is going to be different. Doesn't mean that you can't build muscle with it. So like I said, the new program coming out, Maximum Swole, that's another option. So you can build muscle in many different ways. All these programs do is give you different tools and different approaches. So some people like training a certain way. Other people like training a different way. Some training protocols are more designed for other methods of endurance or whatever. And other programming is going to be specifically for maximizing muscle growth or strength. So not every program is designed for the same outcome. Okay, Lucy Laz, Papa Swole, how do you balance work and home life? If you do things with the proper intention and customization and you create the life that you love to live, they're one and the same. So I don't separate my work and home life. Like it's, by starting my own business, I wanted to create something that was homogenous with what I like to do and who I am and how I like to live my life. So I think the idea of balance is kind of silly. Everyone's going to be different. So when you think of balance, you think of, 50-50. It's going to balance. It might be 80-20. It depends on where you put the fulcrum and the weight. So I wouldn't worry so much about balancing it. Don't think about it in that way, because that kind of leads you to this moderation, half-assed, half in both. The problem is when people try to do balance, or they think psychologically balance, they don't put a lot of effort into work and they don't put a lot of effort into home. They're kind of like in between both. So whatever you do each one 100% and figure out, time management and things that make that more efficient. I have to give a general answer to a general question, but I think the idea that people, when they think of balance, they think of 50-50, they think of a seesaw, but you might have the fulcrum all the way over here and you have a really fat person. It depends. If you're single and you're working career, you don't need a work-home balance, like a home life. It depends. If you are married and you have 3 kids, you might have other priorities. So it really depends. Everyone's different. Okay. Grizzly, are we still hazing Amanda? Yes, and always. Until she loves watermelon, she shall be consistently ridiculed. So it's up to her. It's up to Amanda. Amanda says, fantastic. Thank you. I am loving the Swole season program 100%. Nice. I think you're going to love Maximum Swole even more. So Swole season is great because it gives people things that they're commonly used to, but Maximum Swole, I think, is going to be, what do I want to call? I want to call like the Swole Opus. This will be my masterpiece. Oh my God, that was great.
I gave it
That was
a
satisfying.
10. A 10. A fucking 10.
Oh yeah. Nice. P Freakable, hey Papa, do you have a good replacement for potato chips, like a healthy snack? Nope. Don't eat vegetable oils and garbage. Eat real food, and or don't be eating. You don't need a healthy snack if you're eating really dense fucking meals. A replacement for, hey, Papa, do you have a good replacement for absolute garbage? No, I don't. Steak? The Dusty Dud, Papa, do you still talk to Alan Roberts? Not in a long time, but I hope he's doing well. I don't follow people's content really. I'll watch some videos on YouTube now and again if I'm doing a search, but I'm not sure what he's up to. But I haven't spoken to him lately. I assume he's still doing stuff, right? My Swole Opus. Swole Opus. Let's see. Bart got ducks. So strange. Very weird. No. Do not eat kale chips or seaweed strips. Do not eat that shit. Do not eat kale chips. My God. Do not eat that garbage. Sorry, Sarah, but holy fuck, do not do that. Actually, I was going to say, yeah, jerky. Jerky's great. Jerky's great because you're going to get the salt if you make your own homemade jerky. So yeah, I would say if you make it, you can make it crispy. You can cut it thin. So that's true. Ours is a little bit more chewy. We like it a little bit more chewy. So you could do that. That gives you that kind of like chew or crunch. You can make it more crispy and dry it out more. Bart got ducks. Papa, I was running and I got muscle cramp in my leg. I got to run 5 kilometers daily. What should I do? Why? Why do you have to? Now I'm concerned. Now I'm wondering, why do you need to run 3 miles a day? Like, who needs to do that? But if you do, you're probably low on dehydrated, which means electrolytes. So I would check out Relight or LMNT, pronounced element. You might also want to look into a magnesium supplement, either magnesium oil spray or something like magnesium glycinate or magnesium malate. All right, he's chasing ducks. M House Ocho. What style deadlift grip do you use? I don't do a ton of deadlifts now, so it depends on the bar. If you're using a hex bar, obviously just grabbing the fucking thing. But if I do actual deadlifts, maybe I'll do both overhand or I'll do one under and I'll rotate. We talked about deadlifts. I don't do a ton of deadlifts at this point. It's just not like, it's not, it depends on why you're doing deadlifts. I mean, look, if you want to build muscle, I think deadlifts is one of the most, if you want to build muscle, I think deadlifts is one of the more useless exercises for hypertrophy. It's a lot of central nervous system overload without any kind of appreciable, like, without sufficient focus on any muscle group in terms of hypertrophy. I've done it. I've done so many fucking deadlifts. And the thing is, it depends on how you do them, but you see a lot of people that can deadlift a lot and they're skinny. Like, you're not necessarily, it's not an ideal hypertrophy exercise, but it can increase your work capacity. Adrian, why you always fight me on deadlifts, bro? You're just wrong. It's great for muscle development. It depends. It's a good movement, but if you're trying to maximize muscle growth, there are better exercises. there are better exercises for hypertrophy. Fact. Why do you see so many people that do deadlifts a lot that just don't build a lot of muscle? I'm not saying it's a bad exercise, but if you're trying to, if muscle building is your goal, there are better exercises to choose. I'm not saying you can't do them. I'm just saying it's a lot of central nervous system fatigue without the benefits of isolated focus on any one muscle group. I think you should be able to do them. I think you should be able to do them. I think they're effective. I just think a lot of people over focus on deadlifts. It depends on what your goal is. Like I said, it depends on what your goal is. If you're doing it for athletics, that's a different story. If you're trying to maximize muscle size, if you're trying to hypertrophy, if you're bodybuilding and that's like muscle size is the number one thing, then there are better choices. So it depends. It depends. And I think people can try and test and see what works best in their program. Everyone gets so fucking butthurt when you, oh, my deadlifts, like taking away someone's fucking cookies. I'm not saying you can't do deadlifts, but you're not creating the overload on any one particular area. You're just doing a macro lift and subtaxing most muscle groups. So it's like it's a lot of central nervous system fatigue without the actual targeted focus on any specific area. So it's not bullshit. I'm correct. You don't have to like it though. It's not an opinion. But you can do deadlifts. I do like exercise like RDLs and stuff like that. So, it depends on how you do them. A lot of people's deadlift form is garbage. A lot of people's programming is garbage. So can you program deadlifts into a hypertrophy program? You can. Of course you can. And of course, remember, every exercise is like a tool in the toolbox. You're not going to use a wrench for everything, right? If you have a Phillips head, you're not going to use a wrench. Are wrenches garbage? No. It's just a tool for a specific job. So not everything, works. But the problem is when people get dogmatic about a specific exercise and then it has to be a part of every single thing. Like people that they go veganism because they virtue signal about the environment and then they can't build muscle or they're not sleeping well and X, Y, and Z. And they keep on trying to force everything around this paradigm of veganism. It's like, the fundamental issue is that you're not eating nutrient dense foods. So you might love or be obsessed or think that, deadlifts are like the altar of the gods. But at the same time, if you're trying to force that into different programs and you're not giving yourself enough recovery, like I said, it's a tool. It's a great exercise. It's a very fundamental movement. But again, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of why you're doing it? Because if you're doing exercise for the posterior chain, there are great exercise for the posterior chain. And we've talked about deadlifts a lot. A lot of people shouldn't be pulling straight from the ground. They should be elevating. They should be getting into an ideal position. There's no logic behind everyone arbitrarily pulling from the same position unless you're doing a competition and you have to neutralize the competition. So if you're doing a professional competition, you have calibrated plates, you're all lifting from the same height at the same size. Everyone has to perform the exercise from the same location in order to have a proper competition. But if you're doing deadlifts for your own personal strength and for hypertrophy and or for whatever it is in part of your program, you should be customizing the movement, whether it's a hex bar or a straight bar or an elevated deadlift or whatever it is, in order to ideally use it for you. And a lot of people just do exercises from the ground, from this position, because that's what they see people doing. And they don't understand that you can customize movements to better fit you. But I love RDLs and stuff like that, which works the posterior chain. Good mornings are fantastic. They're great. They're great. But I do think it's something that you should be able to do. I do think it's an exercise that people should be proficient in because it's it's a solid movement. But again, it depends on what your goal is. Let's see. The question is, are deadlifts part of your swole opus? Yeah, there are applications for the deadlift. And there's different types of deadlifts, right? There's different grips. There's different pull positions. You can pull from behind. You can pull from the front. You could do a Jefferson deadlift between your legs. You can do a hex bar. You can do partials. You can do elevated. There are a lot of different ways to do it. Like anything else. In other words, whenever you look at an exercise, just look at it as a tool. Look at it as a tool. And does that tool actually make the most sense in terms of your programming? What I do think it can be really useful for is actually doing deadlifts, later in a workout, like on a back workout, for example. So doing deadlifts to like fully fatigue and kind of at the end of a back workout. A lot of people do these things first, but you can do your other back training and kind of get that pre-fatigue effect, and then just kind of essentially not a burnout, but you're doing a set of deadlifts where you're going to fully fatigue more. It's going to target more your back musculature, your middle lower traps, your rhomboids, and the like. That way your deadlifts are going to hit a little bit more those muscles rather than be fatiguing for the legs. So again, but if your goal is to get the highest deadlift, then obviously you're prioritizing that. If you're doing powerlifting, guess what? That's one of the fundamental. That's one of the big three. So that's your focus, right? So it's a tool. Does that tool fit the job? If you need a wrench, then fucking use a wrench. If you need a socket, make sure you have a socket of the right size. If you need duct tape and WD-40, then get duct tape and WD-40. And this is what a lot of people don't do. They don't use the tools properly. They're fucking using a wrench to hammer in a goddamn nail. All right, that's a good analogy. So I like to get people's attention by talking about deadlifts, because everyone's like, what? Deadlifts and certain movements, everyone's like there are a lot of people that are very religious about some of these movements, but I'm not against any exercise. But there are definitely some exercise, like that one's shit, you shouldn't be doing this one, or that one's shit. So there's some that are objectively like, man, that's just a ridiculous choice. But again, if you do a certain move, if you're making progress and you're building muscle and if you're actually paying attention and you're actually measuring this progress and it's objectively moving you forward, then do it. Like I said, I've done decades of, I've only been training for like 22 years, but deadlifts were a foundation. I did deadlifts all the time I'm trying to think of when I stopped really doing deadlifts super consistently. I don't know. I guess it's been like 10 years. I'm trying to think of the last time I was doing it regularly. I'm trying to think. 2017. I forget if like when I started doing the podcast, if I was doing deadlifts. Like I did them, but I don't remember doing them all the time. Plus you need a good gym for deadlifts. And I hate it when you have a gym that has those hex plates. That's the worst. Hex plates are the worst for deadlifts. Like fuck all the way off. So I think there are a couple gyms like LA Fitnesses where they have the fucking hex plates and the plates rotate. That's the worst. So I think that was a big reason why I had stopped for a bit, because it had those bullshit plates when you drop and touch it down and the bar twists and turns. Terrible. So I remember like not doing it for a little bit just because it was awful. But yeah, I built more muscle and made more progress and been crushing it by not doing them consistently. But again, I still do hip hinge exercises, right? I do, good mornings. I'll do RDL. So I'm still getting a lot of, posterior chain. That's absolutely essential. Yeah, they're awful. The hex plates, if you're ever buying equipment, just do not buy the ones that look like an octagon or like the decagon. The worst fucking plates. All right. Those fucking octagon type plates, those are the carrots of the gym. Those are gym carrots. Fuck those plates. Fuck those plates. Fuck them and their stupid asses. Whew. I feel better. Now. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm so angry. Let's go balls deep before I say something I don't regret.
That's deep.
We choose truth over facts.
The worst. They're literally the carrots of weight plates. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like the plates that are, I don't know, are they 6-sided or octagon? They're awful. They're awful, awful, awful plates. They're awful. Now, of course, if you put them on an actual, even on a bench, they just look fucking terrible. Terrible. But if you're doing anything off the ground, they're the worst. You put the bar down, the bar like whoomp, whoomp. Fuck those shits. Well, these are better because they don't roll away. What are you doing with these weights that they don't roll away? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, like runaway? It's not like a tumbleweed. You see a Conestoga wagon roll by and then a tumbleweed, like the Wild West. Fucking Tombstone. Yeah, where are these plates going? Where are these plates going? Oh my God, I'm just thinking about them. I fucking hate them. Because you go down, you touch, and you put the deadlift, you touch the bar, and then like as you tap, the fucking bar twists. It's the worst. Oh, I fucking hate carrot plates. No, I'm pissed off. Yeah, I'm lit. I'm upset. All right. Well, there's that. So now I'm angry. Thanks, fam. Let's see what we got here. Holy shit, gross. I got a funny video that we're going to play after we get into a couple of these garbage ones. Oh, Jesus. Ew. Ew. Why? All right, I'm going to call off the first one, but you can drop, fam, pick a number 1, 2, or 3. We're going to do one first. I'm going to get us started. 1, 2, or 3. Pick a number 1, 2, or 3. All right. This one is called Poop Every Meal. Let's find out.
We need to be going to the bathroom after every meal.
Wow.
Yes. We consider going once a day now constipated. Yep.
Really?
Yes. So if you're hydrated, you're eating enough fiber, you're also calm and relaxed when you eat, and you're moving your body, you should be eliminating.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely poop multiple times a day. Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that completely. There's no way I'm pooping once a day. Not a fucking chance. Not a fucking chance. All right. Yeah, I agree. I don't know the science like mine, but yeah, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's pick a number 1, 2, every meal. Yeah, I mean, I think you're at least 2 or 3 times a day for sure. It depends on how you're eating too. Yeah. If you're not pooping every day, that's not, I don't think that's normal at all. All right, let's see here. Let's go Lacey number 3. Lacey number 3. Just improve your habits, improve your gut biome, and get quality sleep and hydrate and everything like it. You'll poop just fine. If it's once a day, don't get scared. But yeah, I mean, you should be going every day. Why wouldn't you be going every day? All right, number 3. This is called Stop Telling Fat People That They're Fat. We cover a lot of videos that are ridiculous, but I mean, you have so many of these fat acceptance people that are calling themselves fat. So make up your mind. Make up your mind. Stop telling people that they're fat. Well, they are. Like, either you like it or you don't. Like, you're fat. Don't call me fat. You're trying to take back the word fat. Make up your mind. Make up your mind.
Can people
Jesus.
just stop telling fat people that they are fat?
Get rid of the mirrors. Get rid of the mirrors. No mirrors.
Matt Damon.
Get rid of them. No mirrors. Can people stop telling fat people that they're fat? Who does that? Who does that? You're doing it to yourself. These people just don't stop talking about fat. We talk about it. It's not good for you. Get healthier. Go to the fucking gym. Make it happen. But these people are just obsessed with their own fatness. They're trying to justify it like it's a victory. It's like, I don't know. We don't argue about gravity or the sky looking blue. It's refracted light. It's not actually blue. But come on.
Eyeballs, bitch. I've seen myself. I know I'm fat.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me.
Who's telling you? Who's telling you? You're talking about it. No one's coming up to you and be like, you're fat. Then if you know you are, then why is it bothering you? When people tell me I have long hair, I don't be like, stop telling me. I know I do.
When people are saying, like, you know that you're fat, they are indicating that being fat is something wrong.
It's not healthy. It's a reflection of your lifestyle habits. Again, the term wrong or bad, these are vague, subjective terms. You're going to put your own morality and spin on it. When I say being fat is wrong, then you're taking that as I'm a bad person and people hate me and then I'm worthless and not worthy of love. I mean, wrong is not the right word. You're putting that in there. No one says being fat is wrong. It's just not healthy. And it's a reflection of your lifestyle habits. So, I mean, where's the lie?
And it's not. You are allowed to be fat.
We know you're allowed to be fat. People are fat everywhere. You're allowed to be swole too. You're allowed to have short hair. What the fuck? Yeah, baby. Yeah. You're allowed to have a beard. It doesn't mean that everyone likes beards or long hair or short hair. You're making a bullshit argument.
You are allowed to be a fat person. It's okay to be a fat person.
Well, that's a different argument. So no, like you're allowed to be. Who's arguing that? No shit. That's why so many fucking people are. If you weren't allowed to be, there wouldn't be fat people. Okay. So like it's okay. I disagree. Is it okay? I mean, I don't think you should think it's okay. It's not healthy. I don't think it's something that you should be promoting and people should be promoting and these social media apps should be promoting this kind of victimhood. I don't think it's okay. I think you have a responsibility to society and for yourself and to respect yourself and love yourself. And in order to do that, you have to take care of your body. I don't know why that's such like a, oh my God, I have to take care of myself. Oh my God, I have to do things a certain way in order to not be morbidly obese. So I don't think it's okay, but that's my opinion. You're welcome to yours. Obviously, you think it's okay.
And you can be happy and fat at the same time. You can be happy and fat. You can be pretty and fat.
It's subjective opinion. I disagree. Okay.
You can be beautiful and fat.
I disagree again.
You can be healthy and fat.
Oh, I fucking factually disagree. Oh, that's fucking bullshit.
That's fucking bullshit.
So, you know, you went off with like the common sense, like you're allowed to be fat. No kidding. But now you're just literally just lie after lie after lie.
Being fat does not exclude all of those things.
You're grouping things that are factually false with subjective opinions. So you can't conflate those. How is there a minute left of this? Like, what is going to be said? How much worse can this get? I mean, I don't want to give you a challenge.
And let's say you're not healthy and fat.
There you go. There you have it. Let's say gravity exists. Let's say acceleration is negative 9.8 meters per second. Let's just say.
You still deserve humanity.
No one's saying that. I'm stopping it every time she says something ridiculous because it's every 2 moments. You still deserve humanity. Okay. No one's saying you're not a human. We're just saying like you're a morbidly obese, unhealthy human. You still deserve humanity. Again, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Lemon Rock says, why is she sitting in the dark? All the lights are on. I'll let you fill in the blanks there. All the lights are on. It's just not getting to the camera.
Still deserve respect.
I agree. Respect yourself. Take care of yourself. I've never disrespected an obese person. I'll disrespect someone if they're talking absolute nonsense.
You can be fat and you can feel good at the same time.
In the moment, feeling good is subjective. If you're normally physically uncomfortable and incapacitated, what's your 0 point? You don't know what really feeling good feels like. You're just used to feeling always crappy, so you feel good in terms of your normal, like your point, your perspective is skewed.
Not all fat people are miserable.
Your mood is a choice and it's temporary. You're defending yourself pretty hard for someone who's doing so well, I might add.
Like, when are people gonna understand that society has put up a narrative that all fat people are miserable?
Anyone here that when you were fat, were you really happy or were you miserable? Now, a lot of people are miserable because they're fucking miserable people or they hate their lives or doing stuff. You don't have to be fat to be miserable, but don't tell me that you wouldn't want to not be morbidly obese. No one's happy to be fat. Get the fuck out of here. That's silliness. That's nonsense. It's just easier to stay the same and lie to yourself. No one's happy being fat. No one's happy. No one's fucking happy. You're just lying to yourself.
Living miserable lives. We're not. Like, fat people are happy and thriving and
for 30 years.
Feeling good and having amazing sex.
Hey, God.
And living the most authentic, unapologetic lives.
Why did you do that? Why did you say that? Oh, fuck.
When are people gonna get it? I don't understand. Like, I'm so frustrated. It makes me laugh out of frustration. Oh, people are dumb fuckery fuckers.
You said that right.
Matt Damon.
You switch the samples.
The visual, man. Oh, God.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
Oh, Lacey, fuck yourself. God damn it. Pick a number 1 or 2. We'll do another one. No, you know what? Let's do a funny one. Let's do a funny one, and then we'll do 2 more. We'll get a throwback. All right, let's do a funny video. I just saw this clip on TikTok, and I had to pull it because the show is awesome. All right, here we go, fam. Let's laugh a little bit.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I own Lettuce Eat, the vegan restaurant on Lowell Drive, and I wanted to know why you nailed this letter to my door.
Veganism is the sad result of a morally corrupt mind. Reconsider your life. Because I believe it. Good day.
Carnivores. You're all the same.
How did that guy know where to find you?
I assume he saw my name and address at the bottom of the letter I nailed to his door.
You signed your real name?
Of course I did. What's gonna happen? A vegan is gonna physically attack me? They are basically made of glass.
What's gonna happen? Oh, God. I saw that today. I love that fucking show. Oh, God. Looks like a wannabe The Office. Tyler, tell me you know what Parks and Rec is. Ron Swanson is the GOAT. Oh, my God. Excellent show. It's not even close to trying to be The Office. It's a great show. It's a great show in its own right. In its own right. You could have a knockoff, but that show that's made its own name. Okay, so that was a laugh. That was good. Let's get into, do we do a number 1 or 2? A 1 or 2? Let's do Mamse number Schwam. This one's called Dreamcast. Dreamcast. Okay. From Like a Chia Pet. What's that? Yeah.
Hey,
Hi.
when y'all are thinking of like your dream cast for something like a live action remake, theater film, whatever, are you including fat people in your dream?
Oh, God damn it. Like a dream cast of a show? Are you including fat people? I guess if the character's fat.
Are you including fat people in your dreams? You know, in your dream cast. Are you including fat actors?
If I need like an actor that's fat, yeah. You know, I kind of want the actor to look like the part that's required to be played. If there's a fat character, then yeah, I'm going to look for a fat person. You fucking idiot.
Fat people. Are you? Because if you're not, maybe just have a little conversation with yourself.
No.
You know, a little conversation as to, oh, why? Why do I do that?
Because people usually don't want to stare at fat, unhealthy people unless it's applicable in the role. This is dumb.
You know what I mean? Okay, love you, bye.
Like if I wanted to hire, if I wanted someone in my Dreamcast to be a fucking moron, I'd hire you. There you go. All right.
Chlorophyll? More like borophyll.
Okie dokie. Last one, and then we'll do a throwback. This is a lot of fun. This responds to a TikTok comment. It's on the screen, so I'm going to read it. It says, also, if you want to blame me for these fat people getting active, that's just another convenient excuse. If they wanted to, they would. Y'all are not child or children. All right, whatever. Let's play it.
This one's for the fat phobes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
Why the jump scare? What the fuck is with these goddamn videos? Jesus. I gotta prepare myself. All right, now that we know it's coming, let's play it again. Fucking hell.
This one's for the fat phobes. If hate and abuse was a legitimate way to make fat people lose weight, then don't you think that there would be no fat people in the world?
No.
Fat people are bullied, judged, and abused every single day in our society.
You abuse and insult and victimize yourself, so there's that. A lot of people are bullied, and it has nothing to do with being fat. Just a lot of people that play the victim are victims, and that's usually how that power dynamic works. Okay.
Fat phobia does not make people stop being fat.
You don't say. Even though fat phobia is made up, yeah, your lifestyle habits do that. Your yellow hair dye that's probably leaking phthalates into your head, that doesn't help either.
Phobia does the opposite of what it thinks it does.
Stop making up words.
Fat phobia makes people
Made up
isolated,
word.
makes
Made
people
up word.
scared to go out, makes people scared to try something new, makes them...
No, people that are the victims that think the whole entire world is against them, that are not creating any tools in order to overcome life, and they're not taught and educated, and they don't actually develop themselves personally to be able to handle the world, act like that, and act like the entire world has to bend over backwards for them. Narcissistic victimhood.
Scared to try and be active, makes them scared to be out of breath, makes fat people isolate, and oftentimes, how do people find a lot of comfort in their own home? Food. These comments do the opposite effect of their intention.
Look, the desire and the desperation to control what other people do, like, it's worthless. Okay? If you're posting, I'll say this again, because, you know, maybe someone who's one of these lunatics is watching or listening. If you post something online, you do not deserve positive comments. Just saying, you don't deserve positive comments. You don't deserve affirmation. You don't deserve positive feedback. How do I know? Because I've made thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking videos. There are a lot of negative comments. There are a lot of positive comments. That's it. Don't post online. You know, in the comments, they're not getting then don't post online. Or if you're that afraid of them, you could be a real puss and turn off comments. Then do that. If you think that you are automatically going to receive positive comments, don't go on the social media. Don't go online. You can't handle it. Okay? Life isn't fair. Life doesn't care about you. Nature doesn't care about you. Facts don't care whether or not you are offended. It doesn't matter. Objectively, you don't take care of yourself. This is the outcome. And if you're making content online, it shows up on someone's page, they're behind a screen. They're going to comment on it. If you don't like it, don't put yourself out there to comment on it, to get commented or response. Like, just enough. Stop making videos that are retarded like this, and you won't get comments that push back on it. So if someone's making, like, if you're making content, I mean, anyway, you know, and Amanda, it's not TikTok, it's Twitter, it's everything. There's negative people everywhere, you know? There's negative people everywhere. Look, but I mean, you can't handle life. If you can't handle a comment on a screen, you can't handle it. Don't look at the comments. I post and I don't respond a lot. And also, if I see a negative comment, it's not about me. They don't know who I am. They don't know what's going on. And maybe even they're right. So it's like, you know, this is why when you challenge yourself and you train, you push yourself through difficult shit, it also makes like, oh, a comment, oh, so-and-so doesn't think like this, my muscles are big, or this, like, oh, you're tiny, or this, like, okay. Tiny to comparison to what? I could get in a complex and be like, oh my God, this one guy, user 694553, thinks I'm small. Next to fucking Mr. Olympia, yeah, I'm tiny as shit. Next to the average person, I'm in fantastic shape. You know, who am I comparing myself to? Like Thor? Half Thor Bjornsson? Like, yeah. That's why I say there's always someone bigger. There's always someone smarter. There's always someone with the bigger dick. There's always someone that's taller. There's always someone. I mean, you have to figure out what you're the best at and do that. Like, there's always someone with more money. There's always someone that's stronger. So you have to stop comparing yourself. That's the issue with social media. That's a much bigger issue, is the comparison. Because all you're doing, you're seeing on a 5-inch fucking screen, you're seeing the top of the top and, quote, the best of the best. If you're looking at entrepreneurship videos and stuff like that, you're going to see everyone, you're going to see all the Mercedes, the Maybachs, the Lamborghinis, you're going to see the planes, the jets, the helicopters, you're going to see all that shit. You go on fitness TikTok or you see people demonstrating, you're going to see all the muscles, the veins, the biceps, the forearms, the calves, the abs, the glutes. You're going to see everything that, and you might scroll through. I always say this, you're going to scroll through. You can scroll for an hour and literally only go through and see like 50, 75, 100, or 150 videos or accounts. There's 7.5 billion people. So you're only seeing the best of the best, or the algorithm, or people with large accounts. You're seeing a very small fraction. You're seeing 1% of 1% of 1% of 1% of even the people that are in shape or in fitness. So you're seeing a very small percentage, you know? So you can't compare yourself. But the body and the mind, I should say, the mind automatically compares. When you look at someone, you're automatically comparing yourself to that person. You're seeing, are they the same? Do they think the same? Are they an other? We have a very evolutionary tribal mindset. It keeps us safe. It keeps us secure. And it's protective over our people versus other people. You know, like if you were hundreds of thousands of years ago and let's say you were a light-skinned tribe and you saw, or like the Native Americans, right? Europeans land and like white people, like, what the fuck are these people? Are they gods? They come over in a big ship and on horse. Like, what the fuck is going on here? You don't know. Like, these people look different. It's prejudice, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. Prejudging isn't a bad thing. It's a defense mechanism and it's an evolutionary adaptation in order to make sure that we don't, hey, I'm prejudging that little narrow area between the cliffs because I saw my cousin Ugg walk through there and get ripped to shit by a saber-toothed tiger. I'm prejudging that little tiny area as not good. I'm not going to go down there. So like a lot of these things that we do in modern society are based off millennia of evolution and defense and protection and security. You know, if you see something that's different or unique, it's like you're standoffish because you don't know if that's going to be harmful or a threat. If aliens all of a sudden come down, are we going to be like, hey, what's up? We're going to be like, whoa, what's going on? Are we doing this or not? Wouldn't you say that's prejudging? That's prejudice? Sure. I think it's smart to err on the side of caution. You don't want to assume people or other entities or whatever it is have our best interest in mind. You know, it's funny. I saw a comment. So you know how every time lately in the last like year or two, every time there's a big push or there's a FBI whistleblower or there's something that's exposing the Biden crime family, every time there's like major information coming out, they do this UFO push, and all of a sudden you start seeing, oh, UFOs, whistleblower for UFOs. Every time there's like some major information coming out, they try to hide it under the rug and be like, hey, aliens. I mean, it's a conspiracy. Like, and then all of a sudden when that's over, it disappears, right? UFOs are in the headlines for a week and then they're gone. So, you know, I thought it was funny. I saw a comment. I forget if it was on like a news site. I saw one comment, maybe it was on TikTok. And someone was saying, isn't it crazy how you have these, let's say you have these interstellar beings that come here, because if we can't see anything, it's coming from light years away, right? Or different dimensions or whatever it is, right? Outside our sensory perception. Maybe people tap into that when they do DMT or LSD and you're seeing kind of like the warping of reality and time and space or whatever it is, right? So these beings are coming from light years away with all this technology. And they're saying like, how come whenever they come to this planet, how come they always crash? Right? Or you know, when people say like, oh, they've been crashing and people have been retrieving all this stuff. It's like, if they have all this technology and they're so amazing, like how come it's always so limited, or how come they always like, you're going to go from fucking hundreds of light years away and then come to Earth and to just crash. Like all of a sudden then your shit falls apart. I don't know. And every video and every picture, right, is always blurry and everything is always a fucking hot mess, especially with all the cameras and all the technology. It's always, you know, it's super sketchy. But I mean, I don't put it past black ops, like hardcore, you know, off the books government organizations that have literally blank checks and just, you don't even know they exist, like Men in Black, right? For example, I don't have any doubt that there are organizations where if something happens, they're the first to know about it. They're the first on the job. Will completely shut things down, lock things down, disappear people, make it like it's possible. You know, it just seems like after all this, how likely is it, you know? I'm just saying, I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny when there was one comment. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. SH says, our gravity messes with their technology or something. Not if they're traveling. Like gravity is everything. Gravity is time. I mean, people don't really completely understand gravity either. But it's like, you're not traveling. If you're traveling that kind of distance, you've overcome gravity. Like you've mastered. So, you know, you're not, this is not going to do anything when it comes to Earth gravity. Like you're going past other fucking solar systems and suns and all these different like black holes, and all of a sudden Earth. No, I know, SH. I know. I'm not saying, I don't know if I'm not a master of this kind of stuff too. SH says, I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Yeah, I'm just saying it doesn't make sense, right? That doesn't make sense. Like you're going to go through thousands of light years in interstellar travel to the point where we've never seen you before. We don't have any proof, theoretically, right? Maybe someone does. Different dimensions, and all of a sudden you come to Earth and like, whoa, oh my God. Yeah. Okay, let's do a throwback. Here we go. I also thought maybe they crashed because once they get here, yeah, maybe they're drunk. Maybe they actually got here by accident, or maybe they're trying to take a selfie and they crash, right? They come to Earth and like, hey, we're on Earth, right? Maybe it's like an interstellar Instagram, right? They're trying to get a selfie and like, oh shit. It's possible. It's possible. They're just trying to get a good selfie, right? Why would you come to Earth and not take a selfie? You're going to come all this way and not take a selfie. You know what I'm saying? Do it for the gram. That's probably why. It's probably why they get here and then they just. Okay, let's see. Throwback time. Here we go.
After 23 years, I finally work up the courage to email my doctor.
Too late! You're too late!
What the requirements for a breast reduction would be, and this is her response. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care about the rest. I want to focus on this BMI under 34.
Yeah, not being obese. We can't perform surgery on you because you're morbidly obese.
In order to get a breast reduction, I have to be at a BMI under 34.
You do realize, like, you have to be put under anesthesia. If you're obese, it's a high risk, and they're not going to cover it. Like, insurance companies aren't going to touch that shit.
Fucking try me, fatso. You fucking try me.
They're not going to put their neck on the line for your lack of health.
So at this point, I'm Googling, like, okay, how much weight do I need to lose? A BMI of 34 for a woman who's 5'5" is 150 pounds. I am about 250 pounds.
Holy shit. Jesus Christ, that fucking edit. Yeah, I mean, just to build off that was great. I mean, the doctor said that for multiple reasons. One, a breast reduction's elective surgery. I guess unless you can prove that there is an imminent danger, a lot of times that falls under elective surgery, and a lot of doctors are not going to do necessarily elective surgery. I don't know. And I'm not that doctor. Maybe it's just that doctor. Maybe this person just needs to go to a different person. I mean, it's totally conceivable that one doctor, look, there's some doctor that will cut off your 15-year-old's tits if you go there. And there's some doctors that would be like, get the fuck out of my office. I'm not butchering that child. So, you know, there's different doctors. So maybe it was just that person like, hey, here's another thing. Not only is it some insurance companies might not cover it, but maybe that doctor's malpractice insurance doesn't cover it. Because if something goes wrong and it's over a certain threshold, maybe she's not covered. Maybe it's another extra because it's higher risk. Maybe it costs her an extra $500,000 a year, so she doesn't have coverage over a certain amount. And these people just don't understand all the red tape. They don't understand a business. They don't understand all the second and third order consequences. So anyway, just saying, there's a lot of different issues. Or maybe the doctor's like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. For whatever reason. And guess what? The doctor is totally reasonable to not do that. Maybe you go to a different one and then they're like, sure, let's do it. I don't know. It doesn't seem that ridiculous. A lot of times you'll go to different people and one doctor will do something or give you some great advice and the other one will give you shitty advice. All right. Swole card time. Swole card time. All right, here we go. Remember, get on the email list. Ooh, why did the sidebar disappear? What just happened? What just happened? Why is my sidebar gone? That's weird. Where's my sidebar? Did I delete something? That's weird. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. Hey, but my sidebar. Oh, I thought it was my thyroid. Freddie, you piece of shit. Did you exit? This fucking goddamn bird. Motherfucker. The whole show on the money, and then you're going to fuck around. You fuck around and you get fucked with. Jesus Christ. Yeah, all right. I don't care about your problems. Thank you, Tyler, for the heads up. I didn't realize his claw. I got to trim. I know I have to trim your claws. I know. Jesus Christ. Well, you were out getting pussy when the groomer was here for Tainty Man in the church. So we had the groomer here like a week or two ago. And Everyone's got their nails clipped. And then Freddie decided to go AWOL because he was getting some tail with Tess Hornaday. And, well, you missed out. Next time, Tessie, you'll get your horn filed, and Falcon, you'll get your talons tempered. All right? Deal with it. All right. Hashtag but my thyroid. Let's see who's got a thyroid. Who's got a thyroid that we can use? Anyone? Thyroid? Thank you. Jesus Christ, Freddie. I'm gonna get a new producer. You're a hot goddamn mess. But my thyroid. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about Lindsay's thyroid. Lindsay Jacobs, congratulations. Sorry to hear about your thyroid. Aw, but her thyroid. Lindsay, congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, swolecard 2588, and your mailing address in the body of the email. Congratulations. Lindsay says, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, bitch. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. All right. Fam, drop it in the comments down below. Soundboard requests. Let's go.
Don't forget to watch where the sun don't shine.
Soundboard requests. Let's fucking go. And the Tainty Man. Oh, it's the Tainty Boy. You're my sweet Tainty Man. Oh, you're my Tainty Boy. Tainty Boy. Tainty Boy. Tainty Boy. My sweet tainted man. My tainty boy.
60% of the time,
it's so sad.
Every time. That doesn't make sense.
Tainty man. Tainty man. Tainty man. Boy. And the church. Tainty boy. Oh, churchy.
How shall we fuck off, oh Lord?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to you. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Now, once you've had sex with the woman, she will naturally start to depend on you, okay? All women do this.
Smooth. Very, very smooth stuff. Very classy. I'm learning a lot from you right now, dude.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Oh, yeah. Yow.
No more shenanigans, no more tomfoolery, no more ballyhoo.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Here we go. Coast to coast. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
All right, fam, join us inside Swolenormous X. Check out all the training programs, meditation, yoga, so much more. If you're ready to crush your 7 pillars, join us, swolenormousx.com. And like I said, we also have an overtime segment coming up on Friday. It's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Let me crank up this haug. Ooh. Damn. snap that over. Whew, my goodness. Thank you so much. That third leg is getting heavy. We'll see you tomorrow for 2589. Thanks for being here. I appreciate all your time and attention. Go make some sick fucking gains today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose. Your boy Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's the bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits.